Today I'm going to be doing a quick video on fitting this engine preheater to the cooling system on the Ferrari here, 308 GT4. Idea behind this is basically you plug it into the mains before you run the car and it warms up the coolant, so when you come to start the car, engine's nice and warm and should be ready to go. I've had a good look round the coolant area, the heater area, and this is where I intend to fit the preheater. You can just see me pointing in this gap here. It should fit in there. I'm going to use this nut to mount it, handily placed. Basically I ran the engine and determined the flow through these heater pipes. You've got two heater matrix, little coolant little for the heater there, and the other one over the other side. So I'm going to plumb it in to, let me see, this pipe here, that pipe there, splice it into there, returns to the engine via this pipe here. That's the plan anyway. Right, so I've pre-fitted the heater, a little bit of faffing to try it and make it fit. I had to double check, had to put the battery in and check the, if you can just about see that, the wiper mechanism. I'm a little bit concerned it was going to hit, but it looks to be fine. It's very tight in there. I've marked the pipe, you can see the pipe there where I'm going to cut it. I've clamped off the two ends of the pipe, that end and there. There's a couple of G-clamps, keep the water loss to a minimum. So next thing is to cut the pipe and then try and feed the heater in. Here's the heater ready to go in. You can see I put a 90-degree elbow on the top, keep the height down as much as possible. I trimmed it down as far as I could. It's very close to the scuttle, to the underside of it. Right, so I've cut the pipe and now we will attempt to put the heater in. I hope you can see what's going on. There's the nut to hold the bracket onto the brake servo. Hopefully you can try and get this bottom hose on now. Using too much water, making too much mess. 40-year-old pipe's a little bit reluctant to go on. Finally got it in. A little bit of a faff, of course. The heater pipes on the Ferrari are ever so slightly smaller than the outlet, in and outlet for the heater, so they were very difficult to get on, very tight. Anyway, got them on. You can see, so I can get the light in there. There's the bottom pipe right down the bottom there, you can just about see him. And then these onto the 90-degree union, like that. Just about okay, like I say, very tight to get on, didn't go on quite as far as I'd have liked. Anyway, there it all is. And the electrical cable goes along underneath by those air conditioning pipes, and it'll end up where the spare wheel sits, so that can be plugged in. Right, next thing will be to start the engine and circulate the water a little bit, get all the air out of the heater there. Well, I fitted it all up, plumbed it all in, ran the engine, bled it through, then ran the heater itself after I let the engine cool, and it all worked fine. I'll show that again later, but unfortunately, I don't know whether it's visible on this camera, right down the base of the unit it's leaking. Where the two bits join, there's some coolant, so I've got to take it all back out and see if I can fix it. Great. Update on the installation of this thing. I took it all apart and found that O-ring that was pinched, so I managed to reseat the O-ring in the groove and added some little smear of blue Hylamar to the O-ring, and then I reinstalled it, installed the whole thing, put it back together, put it back in the car. Started the engine up, bled it through, warmed it up a bit, and it appears, it's very difficult to see, appears to have cured the leak. There is no coolant down the bottom there where there was before, so that's a good thing. So next thing to do is to start up the heater and run it, and see how well it warms the car up. Right, plugged it in, switched it on, and it's running. I don't know if you can hear it. Makes a bit of a noise. starting to get warm at the top here. Heating elements in this top bit here, and pumps down the bottom. Almost forgot to start the stopwatch, and we'll see how long that takes. So, been on for 10 minutes. Definitely getting warm. The top of the unit. I've got these little temperature guns. I don't know how accurate that is. I think it's hotter than that myself. It feels hotter on this pipe here. Nearly 50 degrees. Radiator is starting to warm up. It's the top of the radiator there, 37. And the return pipe, which comes from the front of the engine there, that's showing, yeah, over 30 degrees. This is the thermostat housing. That's getting warm now, warm to the touch. Yeah, cylinder heads are still quite cold. Right, 20 minutes have gone by, and it's still going, very warm at the top. Radiator's now showing 46. That return pipe and the engine is now up to 44, 45, 44 degrees. So let's come up another 10 or more degrees. Yeah, so that's warming up. So a little bit of warmth on the cylinder heads, and the thermostat housing is definitely warmer. So it's warming up, it's warming up the engine. Coming up to an hour and 15 minutes. Radiator showing 55. A little bit more than that down there, nearly 60 degrees down there. So that's all pretty warm. That coolant pipe over here, showing 50. Oh, more than 50. Top of the heater itself is very warm. I can't really touch that. So that's got to be 60 or more degrees, I guess. Right, then this return pipe still showing 50 odd degrees, 55. Cylinder head is much warmer now. Yeah, it's warmed up nicely, warmed up very well. And thermostat housing, yeah, very warm, can't really touch it. Got to be 60. Yeah, cylinder head's nice. Yeah, definitely warm enough to start. Alright, so I've turned off, disconnected the water heater. You can see that, but it's showing 60 degrees. And we'll start it up. A few pumps on the throttle. Temp has dropped down a little bit as the remainder of the cold water's gone through it. Again. Right, that's the engine preheater fitted. Seems to work pretty well. If there's any details or info that I've missed out there, please let me know, and thanks for watching.